You guys will introduce yourself first. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me just remind us. Okay.
It turns green in your mind.
Okay, that's all.
Welcome. Is it on? Yeah. Welcome to the 2022 Fort Gibson Public Schools Veterans Day program. I'm Savannah Bebo.
And I am Grace Parker.
To begin our assembly, we would like to start by honoring those of you who have served our country. As the band plays Salute to America's Finest, we ask that anyone who has served as a member of our armed forces stand and be recognized as your military branch song is played. Army. Navy. Coast Guard. Marines. Air Force.
Thank you, Royal Regiment. And now please welcome Mrs. Evans and the Intermediate Elementary Select Choir as they present Salute to America.
Forever, peace, say away. You're again.
Thank you, Miss Evans and IE Select Choir.
In 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed a bill proclaiming November 11th as Veterans Day and called upon Americans to rededicate themselves to the cause of peace. We are here today to honor our veterans who have served and are serving for our country. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand?
The Pledge of Allegiance to the flag should be rendered by standing at attention, facing the flag with the right hand over the heart. If not in uniform, a person should remove his or her hat with their right hand and hold it at the left shoulder with the hand over the heart. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Star-Spangled Banner was first written as a poem on September 14, 1814. The banner didn't become our national anthem until 1931. No other song symbolizes the patriotic history of the United States or the spirit of America like the Star-Spangled Banner.
Please remain standing as the Fort Gibson High School Select Choir sings our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now, please welcome the ELC under the direction of Miss Evans as they sing Thankful for the USA.
Oh, we are thankful for the USA. We are thankful for the USA. Oh, we are thankful, grateful, positively joyful, thankful for the
Thank you, Miss Evans and the Fort Gibson Early Learning Center.
Please welcome the high school choir under the direction of Miss Dennison as they sing Tell My Father.
Thank you, Ms. Dennison. At this time, we would like to welcome our speaker this morning, Sergeant Daniel L. Gross II.
Sergeant Gross enlisted in the Army in 1982 and attended basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, earning the MOS of Light Wheel Vehicle Mechanic. After graduation, he was assigned to Bravo Company 120th Combat Engineers in Wagner, Oklahoma from 1982 to 1995. During this time, Sergeant Gross deployed to Panama on August 2, 1990, where he joined as a part of their detachment.
Sergeant Gross received a promotion to non-commissioned officer from the 120th Combat Engineers in 1985, where he graduated at the top of his class. From there, he undertook studies in New Mexico and earned the position of Neurological, Biological, Chemical Non-Commissioned Officer, again graduating at the top of his class. All while, he held the rank of Motor Pool Sergeant in command of a platoon of 30 soldiers. He also attended sniper school at Fort Chaffee in Arkansas and once again graduated at the top of his class. He was also a member of the OKARNG pistol team from 1988 to 1991.
Sergeant Gross has achieved many accomplishments during his military career. He was twice named Soldier of the Year as well as Sergeant of the Year. He received special award for deploying to Panama in addition to the Army NCO Professional Development Ribbon 2 times, the National Defense Service Medal, and the Army Presidential Unit Citation. He is a 7-year recipient of the OKARNG Good Conduct Ribbon, as well as the 5-year and 10-year recipient of the OKARNG Long Service Ribbon. He has received the Army Achievement Medal twice and was rewarded for expert marksman in rifle and hand grenade. Sergeant Gross also earned OKARNG 100% attendance for 5 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Sergeant Gross.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I am Daniel Gross. I'm the current post commander of the American Legion here in Fort Gibson. I hope to serve a long term with them. I want to talk to you a little bit today about what it's like to be a veteran. Not necessarily how you should be treating a veteran today or every day, but what it's like for us as veterans when we receive your thanks, your accommodations, your welcome homes. You know, some of us don't realize, but the POW flag says on it, some gave all gave some. We all gave some, but some did give it all, including their lives. We all wrote that check. So what we would like to do is let you understand what our story really is. If you look into a veteran's eyes, your grandpa's, your grandma's, your brother's, your dad, and say, hey, tell me one of your stories, you get a blank look. We don't want to tell you our stories because we already fought those stories. Those are our stories. The story that we need to finish is yours. When we look into your eyes, you're our story. It hasn't been finished written yet. So every time that you get that blank look, don't worry. He's there. He's already flashed back to that moment, but he's not going to tell you that story. What he is going to tell you is why he fought for the flag, to give you the chance at the future you have today. Today, you are Americans. You're free. You get to choose your path in life. Those are the stories that us as veterans want to write. We've already done our part. We're still continuing to serve our communities as we can, but what we want to do is we want to take you to the next step. You are our stories. When I look out and see all the young faces right now, these are the stories that haven't been written yet. We hope you don't have to write our stories. We've already written them. We want to write your stories. That's why we fought for the flag, God, and country. We don't want for you to have to worry about what we did. Those are not the stories we want to tell. We'll tell you locker room stories, we'll tell you buddy jokes, but you're never going to get the stories you want to hear because there are stories. And we don't want to burden you with the same things that we've done for God and country. We want to write your story. You know, you see a lot of things going around that you stand for the flag and that you kneel for the cross. That means the world to us. Us as veterans want you to understand that standing for the flag is showing respect to us. Whether you say hello or not, you show the respect to every one of us every time you stand for that flag. Another thing I'd like to talk a little bit about is our Vietnam veterans. If you see a grumpy old man wearing a hat that says Vietnam on it, please look at him, shake his hand, and say, welcome home. They didn't get the welcome home that like I got. They didn't get the welcome home at all. So every time that you can honestly look at a Vietnam veteran and say, welcome home. So I'd like to say for everybody in the room that is a Vietnam veteran, welcome home. Welcome home. That applause was for you guys, okay, not me. What I do want to tell you is there are several ways that you can serve today. At all the youth that is in this room, there are so many opportunities out there for you today. At the American Legion, we actually offer a couple. We've got Trail of Honor flags. All those beautiful flags that you see going down the highway, you can help volunteer to put them up, take them down, do maintenance on them. We've got wreaths for fallen heroes. We ensure that 26,000 graves gets a wreath on it for every Christmas. That's a whole lot of laying wreaths. I know a lot of you in this room have volunteered a lot of hours in doing just that. But those are ways that you can give back to the community today. These things go on year round. All you have to do is say, I want to help. We'll accept it. I'd also like to briefly mention that we are currently trying to save the Rock, the old high school. So talk to me or Tim Smith about ways that you can help sponsor us, because we got a whole lot of renovating ahead of us. But I think we can really turn it into something very, very positive for our community. In ending, one of the things that I wanted to say is that I'm very, very proud to be standing here today looking out at this room, at all the youth, all the stories that are still to be written. And it makes me think that everything that I did in other countries was worth it. It just makes me proud to stand here and greet all the veterans. They're like brothers and sisters. The wives, all the support team that stayed home. But at last, I'll be like my pastor. I have a few points, but I'll be brief. I would like to read a poem. This poem is read by our honor guard at the interment of any soldier, fallen or whatever. It's a very special poem. It helps you better understand like why today is so important. And I thought it important that you hear it today, because it's usually a very, very bad time whenever you hear this poem. It starts off, our flag is more than just a symbol of a nation brave and free. And it's also much more than just an emblem proclaiming liberty. Old Glory is truly a monument as it pillars rests a high ideals, dedicated to those who passed the staff of freedom waving shield. We carried it proudly throughout history to wherever duty called, from the dark days of Valley Forge to Yorktown's thunderous fall, gallantly streaming over Fort McHenry through all the perilous night, provided to the world, we're here to stay. the early morning light. Fluttering in the fields of Gettysburg to engage all who would enslave under its unfurled colors, our full measurement of devotion is what we gave. Intrepidly leading the way in battle against oppressors, imposing will from the halls of Montezuma to its valiant charge up San Juan Hill. From the great crusades in Normandy at the summit of Surbaci it flew, waving out a clearly warning to tyranny that the fight is coming to you. It followed us ashore in Korea, over the skies of Vietnam. It streaked across Iraq's sea of endless sand to Afghanistan's mountainous peaks, guiding us early through the fog of war as liberty mainly lands, defending man's inalienable right and republic for which it stands, flying over our heroes' graves, promising our mission will never cease as we wield our banner onward in the relentless pursuit of peace. Now, this poem is read. At the bottom of it, it'll actually have the man's name or woman's name on it, and it is presented to the family with a folded flag. I can go into a whole speech on just the 13 stripes and the 13 folds it takes to fold that flag. But that's what today is about. We're here to honor our veterans, grab them by the hand, hug them, ask them the questions for the funny stories, and help them write their stories. Because until your story's written, ours aren't. Ours is a continuating story through you. So we need the youth to stand up, salute the flag, and welcome a Vietnam veteran home. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sergeant Gross.
May we never forget the men and women who have served and continue to serve for our freedom, some of who have made the ultimate sacrifice of their own lives for our own freedom. Please welcome our Fort Gibson High School Student Council Vice President Sophie Ellis as she shares a poem with us today.
In Flanders Fields by Dr. John McCrae. In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. Thank you, Sophie. At this time, would you please join us as we observe a moment of silence to remember all of our veterans who have lost their lives defending our nation. Please stand for a moment of silence as Braden Callahan plays Taps.
Today there is, and perhaps will always be, conflict in the world. But the United States of America fortunately continues to enjoy one of the greatest blessings we have been given, our freedom. Like other things of great value, this security did not come cheaply.
May we always remember on this day to pay tribute to our veterans by recognizing what they've achieved, what they are achieving, and join with them in their resolve to keep America strong and free.
John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, once said, "As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them."
In an effort to honor our veterans, the Fort Gibson High School FCCLA will be serving lunch today in the lobby of Harrison Fieldhouse immediately following our assembly. We invite all veterans to join us. We would like to thank Trinity Worship Center for providing the food for the luncheon.
This concludes our Veterans Day program. Thank you for coming, and God bless America.
That last one got me.